Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while. Just wanted to come on and do something different for our last podcast, per se. Um, Usually we have an all audio, but today I just wanted to come in and talk about some things we got this up for the upcoming year, and also to thank our guests from season 2 for coming on and giving us their wealth of knowledge. I think it's so much fun talking to athletes, coaches, and people in the industry about sports and getting their stories and educating the community about the do's and don'ts of recruiting and how to be not only an effective person, but a great student athlete in your community. So again, thank you for the guests coming out and talking with us. But we want to take this time to tell you about some things that's coming up in 2023. A couple of different events that we want to talk about. The first one is called Safety Day. And we have a huge event coming up in March 25th. It's around March Madness, Safety Day. And I'll read a statement that I think we already put it out about our partnership with Charleston County government. We're excited to be partnering with Charleston County Government Public Safety and want to thank them for coming on board. Charleston County Public Safety partners with DAE Foundation to bring the Low Country community our event, Safety Day. The mission of our partnership is to educate student athletes and raise awareness about public safety. We are also creating open forums for discussions, developing action groups for continued safety initiatives, and designing career paths in our community. Their expertise will be extremely beneficial for our young attendees, as they will have the opportunity to learn about CPR, what to do in the case of a natural disaster, and much more. And I'll tell you a little bit about the importance of public safety and why we choose to have this as a focus in our event. Let's say, for instance, student athletes are traveling, going to the beach, and someone got something stuck in their throat. Well, no one in the car knows how to do CPR. I mean, that's a problem. I think people can save lives just knowing how to do CPR and perform those type of actions when needed. Another situation is a family emergency. Kids are home from school, parents are not home yet, and one of the kids, fell and hurt themselves, right? Kids will probably call 911 versus, calling the EMS. They have all different apps and resources that help families and kids in need. And we just don't have that type of information at hand. So I want to thank Eric Watson for allowing the public safety services and community come in and helping us out with this event. Now, the additional fun part about it is the free throw contest. We're having a free throw contest for ages 10 and up at the College of Charleston TD Arena. And the free throw contest is very dear to my heart. Being a national ranked free throw shooter, I think that's one of the part of the game that's really, really needed. It's unlike importance of field goals in football games, right? That craft that skill is very much important in the game of basketball. But some details on the event will be March 25th from 10 to 1. We'll have registration at 8:30. And then at 9:30, we'll have the different public safety services come out and talk about what they do from natural fire and disaster, the DMV, police. We have a lot of information out there for parents and kids to get. We also got a watch party later on that night, 6:30 to 8:30 at the Alley. I want to thank David Crowley for coming on board as well. We have some more interesting details to tell you about the event at the Alley, but we'll do that in a couple of weeks. But want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Coastal Creek of Charleston, National Land Realty, Kids on Point, and Chick-fil-A. So thus far, those are our supporting sponsors that's really going to help this event be effective. The other event that we are working on that's going to be effective is I know a couple of years ago we did a huge presentation at the Satilli Theater talking about the power of a student athlete and how important student athletes need to know their importance, right? So we have student athletes consultations where we work on just role playing of different scenarios that help kids be socially competent. And before we came out talking about mental health, and mental health is a huge deal. And I think it's a bad stigma with that terminology because people think it's full of meds, or you got to talk to somebody all the time, or you really got an issue. But I think mental health is a byproduct of kids not being socially competent. So you may ask, well, what is socially competence? And the definition for that is social competence involves the ability to evaluate social situations and determine what is expected or required. And I'll say it again. Social competence involves the ability to evaluate social situations and determine what is expected or required. So you think about mental health, what I mean is a byproduct of not being socially competent, because kids don't know how to approach their coaches if they're going through a situation, right? So you can take that from an employee not knowing how to approach their boss in a situation. Kids don't know how to work out details, conflict, resolution within their teammates. So that could be the same thing compared to employees, right? I think if not only kids, but if people know how to be competent in all situations, then I think the world will be a whole lot better, and some of these conflicts, wouldn't be happening. Just another competent situation is, knowing how to do CPR in a situation that's needed. That's being competent in that situation. So we want to bring some of those things along when we're having these discussions. Registration will start in January. We'll have our courses at the Dream Center in North Charleston. Thanks to Seacoast for hosting our events and giving us an opportunity to teach the kids and the families about the power of the student athlete being socially competent, what to do, talking to parents and families, and what to do as an elementary school, middle school, high school. These are certain things that parents need to know what program to put their kids in order to continue the development if they're trying to be a collegiate athlete. There's steps they need to take, and it don't just happen that way. So DAE Foundation serves in the community, being that soundboard, getting the information to the parents, to the athletes on what to do. And sponsors for that will be National Land Realty. Jason Watts has been a huge integral part about making this happen. So we appreciate him as well. The final, not final, but the last, not the last, but the next program we got going is our travel basketball that starts in March. And we're big on development, huge on development. So that's one of the programs that we provide to families, because we have a lot of videos, a lot of content out there about parents being sidetracked on the importance of travel basketball, not doing it right, playing for clubs and programs that kids aren't eligible. They're not passing their grades. nutritional focus is not there. So there's no end game to some of these programs that the kids are involved in. So, and I'm not saying my program is the best program, but I think we want to give the parents enough information so when they're approaching these organizations, they ask the right questions. What's my end game? What kind of tournaments are you playing in? Do my kid have to have a GPA to play? Because if you don't have all these things, then you're just throwing your money away because you're not going to be recruited because, for one, you're not recruitable because you didn't have the academic foundation go along with your athletic resume. So we'll have 3 teams, have a 3rd grade team, 5th grade team, and a 6th grade team. Tryouts will be March 6th and March 8th, 2 days for 5th, for the 3rd, on March 3rd and 5th on March 6th, and then March 8th will be the 6th grade evaluations. If you need any information on the tryouts or travel basketball, please email me at daefoundation@gmail.com, and we'll get that out to you. Again, I want to thank you for engaging. Thanks for following. Thanks for being part of the DAE Foundation's family for the last 22, 23 years. We're picking up steam and finally found our niche and what we want to do in the community, how we want to make that work. So again, thank you for the support from the businesses, the community, the parents, the students, the whole 9. All right. Until next time, we'll see you soon. You have a great day, and tell somebody you love them. It doesn't cost you anything. Peace.